Gabe
With the
got
plus
what?
5, 26.
Nice. So Gabe got an 8, right?
Yep.
All right. So we'll see how this plays out. So you all are going to move as quickly as you can, as stealthily as you can through the city. It's almost feels like all of the citizens are minding their own business, but they're also not. So they're going about doing what they probably normally would be doing, but they also seem to be very vigilant and just being very aware of their surroundings, like looking over their shoulder from time to time. While they're in having conversations, they'll look up a little bit and just look around their surroundings, almost like they're in constant search of someone or something. Um, you'll pass by whatever the Times Square version is of the city, and you'll actually see a advertisement in the jumbotron or the big giant monitor or whatever you call it, hologram thing, and you actually see Jethro Miller in a full-on chef's outfit, though, and he is advertising in a very thick French accent, which is funny because of the venue. He's advertising that he is the new star chef at Titanic.
Oh no.
But he's a French. But anyway, so he's basically like trying to entice everybody to come to the restaurant, which is strange because Jethro Miller, he's not acting like Jethro Miller. He's acting like a totally different person completely.
He's acting like his character, right?
He's acting like his character, 100%.
I was just gonna ask that.
Very big 1984 vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be another flip, and you actually will see I would say an advertisement to come to Our Lady of Perpetual Indulgence. There's like an advertisement there enticing people to come and experience their wildest dreams and pleasures, and etc., etc. Gabe, while you are passing through, trying to sneak past this Times Square area, which you presume is the busiest area of all of them, I'm going to say that you'll accidentally bump into a group of citizens, random people. Within that group of citizens that you ran into, you will actually see Lumen. And Lumen will take a look at you up and down, along with the rest of the citizens. And here's the weirdest thing that you never noticed until now. All of the citizens have this faint but noticeable green glow coming from their eyes. Any of you who've played Mass Effect 3, I'm not going to give away the ending, but in one of the multiple endings of that game, the characters, there's this green glow in the eyes, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you play the game. If not, don't worry about it. So,
can I roll a magic or attack?
Sure.
I'm gonna get caught anyway, so I must have.
Don't worry, I can get you out. Maybe
just one. Okay, so first the magic. 36, nat 20.
Okay.
And then here is the tech.
So one little detail I will add is that it's not so much that the eyes are glowing this solid green color, but if you look into their eyes pretty deeply, it's almost like just behind the iris itself, you start seeing these glowing ones and zeros, just like flying through their eyes in rapid succession. And the ones and zeros themselves are glowing ones and zeros. And that's what's causing the overall glow of their eyes.
They got Google Glass.
Based on your role, all of these people are basically what you presume to be plugged. They have been fully integrated into the game such that they are effectively their characters or their avatars without actually being in the game or logged into the game. So the vast majority of the people here in the city now are fully plugged in and are whoever they used to be. They're not currently those people anymore.
Is it like tech is integrated with them, or is it just like ones and zeros? with, or is it like just pure magic, or is it like a weird combination of?
It is a weird combination of both. Yes.
And I assume the people do not count as machines, so I can't jump into them, right? I can't.
They don't. They're not technically machines.
Yeah, no. That's on.
I can.
Oh, so what do they do when they see me?
Yeah. So when they see me, one of the citizens, maybe it's this young, like 7-year-old girl, will shout, "It's an unplugged!" And a lot of the people in the surrounding area will turn towards your direction, and they'll start to like point towards you. That's when the drones start. One of the drones will start flying towards your direction. What do you do?
Do I see the drone?
Yeah.
I want to jump into it.
Sure. Yes.
So you just see him turn the data just.
Sure.
What's in the drone like?
So inside the drone, Buford was powerful. The drone itself isn't powerful, but the thing that's controlling the drone is very powerful. So you believe that hacking this drone is going to be nigh impossible. I mean, and by nigh impossible, I mean you need a nat 20. Yeah. But it's 5% chance you could do it. It seems to be connected to the main servers back at Vita Tech, I guess. What else are you trying to get out of it?
Just information.
Yeah.
How it does its stuff. I'm not sure if it's...
So it scans for people. It just shoots this ray out that sort of... It mostly is going through the eyes. There's this light that it hovers over the eyes just to clearly see, because in the middle of the day, you can't see the glow. So in broad daylight, the scanner helps them determine whether you're plugged or not. And they're just instructed that if somebody is caught not yet plugged in, they need to. They'll have these retention rays that shoot out, which all effectively makes them paralyzed almost. And they'll kind of they have these wire devices that kind of pop out and sort of like go between their temples, and it forces them to get logged into the game.
Does it know I'm in it? I'm just curious. Does it know I'm in it, or
it'll be able to tell with the scanning whether you have an account and already a player of the game. If you are not a player of the game, it will then take you somewhere where they will actually force you to basically, it'll create an account for you and then log you in to the game for you. If that makes sense.
Oh, I mean, like, does it tell if I'm in it right now? Can it tell?
Yes, and it's effectively trying to. It like, sees you as a virus, I guess. That it's trying to clean or eject. So you only have a limited amount of time in this thing.
Okay, I have two songs, but I'm by myself right now. So right now it just sees me as a. So I just basically wanted to get to the spot where they were pointing at, and then I kind of want to eject out, and I'm not sure if you allow me to eject out into like a different spot.
Sure. Roll me a magic or tech roll, or artificer. Roll an artificer roll, whatever.
I think in this case it'd be good for tech, because that's usually with like the 24.
Sure. You'll eject out. The citizens are going to be confused because this dude was there and now he's not. The drone is shooken up. It seems to be rebooting a little bit. And then other drones will come in. We'll say there's like 4 of them. Will come in, look, and then start looking around the area, trying to find where the heck you went. But roll another stealth roll to prevent yourself from being detected by these 4 other drones.
I assume we're still connected, right? In the head?
Yeah, so if you want a conversation while this is happening, you can definitely have a conversation.
Everybody is connected.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, guys, just go. Like,
I'm not leaving you.
9. So
it's one better.
I know what to do though. I'm like, okay, I'm bad at stealth. I know what to do. I'm gonna jump into Boba.
Okay, you'll jump into Bobot. Also, I want to ask: is Viridian connected to this as well, or no? Connected this?
I wouldn't have like made her not
That's
connected
fine
from before. Like,
So she can talk to everybody, like she can hear what everyone's saying. So,
or she could have single conversations. It doesn't matter.
So one thing that V would have said while all this was happening is, first of all, you'll hear her sigh a little bit when Gabe gets caught the first time, and then she'll just say, "If push comes to shove and there's no way he can get out of it, we have to leave him behind," is what V will say.
I assume when I jump in the Boba, it doesn't. The magic connection doesn't jump through dimensions. Because I assume, but Boba is connected to Cade, right? Mentally.
Yes.
So I assume be like, okay, don't worry, Cade. I'm in Boba. I'm saying. Oh, we can't hear you.
Strangest thing.
Sage, we can't hear you.
I'll transfer that out. I don't want to hear it. That's a pretty cool synergy. It's like they actually have some stealth.
Weirdly enough.
I still don't understand how he's doing it.
I don't
So-
either.
Gabe is inside the mechanical bull thing.
Mm-hmm.
He just
Yes.
started doing it today.
Well, you see, I was studying. Well, we hopped dimensions, and the dimension we were in was all about hopping dimensions. So I just studied dimension hopping, and I created a spell.
So if the Knave of Diamonds takes over Gabe while he's inside the mechanical bull, does that mean the Knave of Diamonds has control of the Minotaur?
I have no idea.
I would assume it'd be like a Matria doll or something where it's like he would be, but
Well, I can't officially take control of things. Imagine if I'm making a manifestation of the technology itself. I can manipulate it, but it's not like a puppet. And this is extremely hard because not only is Boba well made, but Boba is connected to Cade, which means he
So,
has
Gabe, plain words, please. Plain words. What are you doing?
let's just assume that everything's all right for now and skip the explanation. We know that you're not really in control, but you have influence, and that's good enough. We can learn science later. I love science. I would love to learn science, but we're in the middle of like a stealth operation.
Yeah. Also, I got some good data when I saw the guys when I got caught too. We'll talk about that later.
The other detail I will say that while you're inside Bobot is you'll see some of Bobot's memories, and he actually has snapshots of some of the stuff that's been going on recently. The funny thing is, about 20% of the snapshots are all of Minotaur Frankie, the other artificially created being that he met back in Star's World. And they're all like, very flattering photos of Minotaur Frankie.
Man, kid, I didn't know Boba really had a thing for Frankie.
Walking in with his pot of honey.
Nice.
Is there a Grinder account somewhere?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So fortunately, you were able to reach your destination without any other incident from that close call. Very creative. Is Gabe going to stay within the backpack the whole time, or?
Until they get to the place, because Gabe's like, I am not stealthy.
Boris will realize very quickly where they are headed. They are headed to the community center. So the community center by this point looks run down and dilapidated, as if nobody's been taking care of it. And so she is going to lead you through some new secret door around the side of the community center, and we'll take you inside. She will take you over to your practice room where you normally practice with the orchestra folks. And in that practice room, there will be like this trap door that she'll open up, and it'll take you down to like the lower areas, the basement area of the community center.
When did this get put in? I'm sorry, but when did this happen? Was this always here?
This is a storage area. That, from my understanding, at least that's what Seymour told us.
Oh, so Seymour's alive. He's okay.
He is. He's actually part of the resistance, I guess you could call us. I guess you could call us the resistance.
I like that. I've never been part of a resistance before. I'll let Boba reconstitute.
Not like a rebellion, but like a resistance.
Right now we're just trying to survive.
Okay, cool.
That's our goal.
Abe's just thinking right now. Yeah, this is definitely a story written in a book.
I'm gonna pop out Boba. Just
sure. This storage area is large, very large for storage. I mean, it's a storage area for a whole community center. So, but you can see that it's filled with, I would say, no more than 30 people total. Most of people are people that you don't really know personally. And they're sort of like living in simple clothes. You've seen movies like this. So they almost look like they're homeless. They've got this makeshift kitchen, which is just like, I don't know, an easy bake oven attached to, not that bad, but like a hot plate, maybe like a plug-in kettle of some sort. They've got a makeshift kitchen. They've got whatever they could scrounge up for beds. And they have like a sleeping area. And, they have something that they use mechanically or electronically for heating. But this area is purely for them to just hide from the drones that are out there hunting for them. And I think that as soon as you make your way down there, you'll hear, Ave, is that you? It's Thomas.
Nice. Thomas, you're fine. And then just run towards him.
He goes over and gives you a big hug. Oh, Ave, I was so worried. I thought for sure you became plugged. We lost contact with you months ago.
What happened? What
didn't happen?
So much. We weren't here. We were inside of another world. I think it was so weird. A lot to explain. But what's going on here? Who else is fine?
That you would know? Jacob Steele is here. Seymour is around. Raphael and Angie were both here, but we got separated from Angie during one of our supply runs. We don't know where she is.
Where's Raph?
Raph is currently out on a supply run right now.
Right.
There were worse things, I guess.
What happened to you all for 6 months?
Planar travel?
I guess, yeah.
We had a vacation.
No, not a vacation.
Compared to what we're dealing with now?
I mean, I almost died like twice in the horror world.
Oh, well, I didn't. I met a nice basilisk. She was cute, and it's like, wow.
So while all of us were going through hell, you were playing with... You were going on some vacation?
No, not really. We were in another world, each of us a different one, and at some point we got reunited again. A lot of strange things, and again, it's a long set of stories. Really.
Yeah, it wasn't like a voluntary thing. We kind of got like booted from this reality that might have been my fault. But it's all good now. We're back, and we missed 6 months. It's only been a few days for us. You know, if you've ever been to like the Feywild or anything like that, sometimes wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, you know. So for us, it wasn't very long, but
Whoa.
it was for you.
Well, are you hungry?
I'm a little peckish, I think, but I don't think I can. I don't want to waste your guys' resources.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, I'm fine. Gabe, can you maybe put these people in safety with our, bookmark?
Maybe. But hold on, before we do that, you said Jacob Steele's here, right? He was in Live in La Vida. How did he get out?
Well, when you never went back, Jennifer and Viridian and we tried to go in, and it was tough, let me tell you, but we were able to at least grab Jacob, but only Jacob, out of there, and in good time too, because I think that if he was there any longer, he probably would have immediately become one of the plugged. Everybody in the Levita complex were the first people to get fully plugged.
Yeah. I mean, what would be a safer place than here? Like, my house? But
I
I don't.
think I could do.
Yeah. You could
Yeah.
put him in your memory.
Yeah.
Can you keep that up?
It's not like it's something I can just kind of like do, and it just lasts. It doesn't have like a set duration or anything. Time's a little faster in there, but it's weird. It doesn't. You won't have the urge to sleep, but like you'll still be living, and that
Yeah.
could be a little confusing.
Can they eat? Question mark while they're in there, or do
Well,
they have
yeah,
to eat out of it?
and you can like eat and everything. You'll have to work for your food. It is like a little homestead on
Okay,
a ranch. So like you'll have to collect the eggs, you'll have to milk the
gotcha.
cows, everything, you know.
So even though it's a mind palace, you can still
Mhm.
sustain yourself within it somehow.
It's like Magnificent Mansion from D&D. Everything
Okay, that
that's
makes
in the
sense.
mansion is real until it leaves the mansion, in which it's not real.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, we should do that. But for us, you were the one who saw. Were you the one that saw through that glass that saw the ones and zeros in all of in us, right?
What are you talking about?
Oh no, that was you, Cade,
I
right?
saw it. I
Cade.
think someone else may have, but I know I saw it.
Yeah. So Cade, you know how like you saw like our bodies are ones and zeros?
Yeah.
When I saw it and look into the eyes of and like of the people, they had ones and zeros in their eyes.
I have no idea what to make of that.
Hmm.
Well, I wonder what would happen if we tried to do that with someone else here. Would they be all ones and zeros, or would it just be their eyes?
When I saw it, it kind of was like a piece of us that we're different than the other people. We all had it, and they didn't.
Do you know what piece of us was it? Like part of our body?
It was kind of like an aura, right? It was kind of like a secondary aura that we had. Is that correct, Hark?
Yeah. Um. Uh. Less of an aura, more of something that was internal. Well, aura's more exudes,
Okay.
but this is like internally inside.
So
I'll
like
explain that.
different than the like people because people were like exuding the green light.
If I remember correctly, because Forrest was not drawn attention to it, it was a thing where like we would flicker, our bodies would flicker to like ones and zeros, like very, very quickly. I remember
Very
if that
faintly,
was
yeah.
right. Is that right, Herc? Okay.
Kind of interpret it as we're not just one person. We're kind of one and a half people in a way. I'm partial chrono.
That could be it. I don't know what you're talking about, but it could be it.
Let's get everyone here settled first.
Yeah, the way I see it, we can use the Mind Palace. We can use your place. I think we should be looking for Abe's brother. I'm also with the mental connection, just gonna ask D, hey, after this conversation, let's pull off to the side. I want to talk to you.
Sounds good to me. I have a lot of questions as well. Meanwhile, I guess while you're getting yourself settled, Forrest, you'll hear a familiar voice. Mr. Forrest, sir, Mr. Forrest, sir. And it's Jacob Steele.
Jacob! Hi! Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. And I'm just gonna like grab his hand, shake him, kind of give him like a half hug, and like, oh my goodness.
I'm glad you're safe, Mr. Forrest.
I am glad you're safe too. What has been going on? How are you? Is your family okay? Like, this is all new to me.
Family's been rough. Well, there's good news and there's bad news.
Okay.
What do you want me to start with first?
Bad news. Everything's a little sweeter afterwards.
So the bad news is mom and dad, they're sort of plugged in, both of them. My dad is especially. It's tough because everyone is sort of blaming my dad for hunting down all of the unplugged, but it's not his fault. I'm telling you, it's not him. It's something inside of him.
I know it is. We were investigating some of this stuff before everything happened, and he was being manipulated by something in the Vita complex. Most of us were, actually. That's right, I still have that. Right. But, like, if I can get to him, I think I can cure him. But
You think so?
I can only cure one person.
Oh,
That's the problem.
gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously I would want it to be him or my mom, but that's just me. The good news is, this is a bit of a surprise several months ago, but the good news is, I have a new baby brother. Mom surprised us and told us that she was pregnant. Though,
Congratulations.
yeah, he's SJ Stalin Jr. There was a little bit of a drama though, because when my brother was born, he didn't quite look the way that he should, and that seemed to make my parents really angry with each other. They yelled a lot.
Your grandpapa.
Is that what Forrest is doing right now, or is that Ethan doing this?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Okay.
The whole mental link right now is like, oh.
Gabe's eyes are just massive. He's looking between Gabe and Jacob right now.
Wow, wonderful, you know?
He has these like little pointy things on his head. These pointy things on his head, and his skin is kind of, I don't know, it just has the sheen to it. I think it looks cool, but for whatever reason, it made my parents really upset with each other.
Gabe's gonna kind of be like, wow, do you have a picture of your new brother?
I do. He'll. I think his phone still works, as in his phone doesn't call. He doesn't have service, but he shows you. He'll show you a picture, and yeah, it's a little baby boy who is half Earth Ganassi, quarter tiefling and quarter Asima.
Beautiful.
Where are you, Raph? The liquid turned into like a watch, like for you.
Whoops.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that your parents are upset over this. I'm happy you have a new family member, though. Uh, I, I mean, is everything else all right?
Uh, I guess we haven't had any concerts recently. That's kind of a shame. Kind of want to play again, but bagpipes aren't really like the most inconspicuous instruments, so I try not to practice it too much in case, we get caught.
Quick question. Was Jennifer mentioned already?
No, she was not.
I don't
No,
know what happened to Jennifer. She was part of the resistance, and she and Angie, we got separated during one of the supply runs. We tried looking out for them, but we haven't seen them, so I don't know if they've been plugged or not.
We're gonna find her. I'll kind of like lean down, eye level with him, or kind of squat down a little bit and say, "We'll find her. Don't you worry."
Thanks. I appreciate it. If you find them and they're plugged, please don't hurt them, though. They don't know what they're doing.
We won't. We'll save them.
Yeah. Well, I do think I can cheer you up a little bit, though.
How?
You said you wanted to play the bagpipes, right?
Very much so. It's sort of, I don't know, the one thing that makes me feel safe.
And also, it seems like you guys haven't been eating very well either. I mean, you're not very, not very well established with the whole housing situation around here. I think I can fix that. So, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to breathe in very deeply, and just like before when you guys saw Forrest like exasperated breathe out, it was very destructive, but this is a very focused like crackling of reality as this crack appears from the mouth and just expands upward and kind of opens into that golden light gate that you guys are familiar with. And there's a faint rustic music that comes from it.
Fight your control, Cade would definitely like dip. Would not want to be near your rift.
It's not dangerous, guys. This is
gonna
be safe. You've been in it before.
Your reality bending, planet sending breath is not dangerous. Sure. I'll be in the corner over here, thanks.
You were the first one in here.
Yeah, that's before I knew what it could do.
Yeah, it was also before I knew it could shatter realities too.
Aaron, it's shatter realities, not dangerous.
I mean, we didn't die. Nothing terrible happened. We just didn't die. I should use.
All right.
Let's just move on.
Listen up. No. We're not moving on. We are in this together right now. Okay, a lot is going on. We're heavily involved in this, and we will probably be the people that have to fix this somehow. Right? We are, for some reason, different. I don't know why. With fate, and I look towards Thomas. Luck, who knows? Something chose us. We all have our things that we can do. And right now, we all have a big goal to achieve. So, I believe that every one of us will have perfect control over whatever they can do. Because a lot's at stake here right now. That also means that right now, we all should trust in each other's abilities. Right? So no distrusting, no thinking that everything will go wrong. Just believe in each other right now. Okay? We have to. So, Forrest, do your ability, and everything will be fine. And we'll stay here right now.
I already did my ability, but like
fine
together, cool. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. So there's this portal that opens up now already. There's this portal there, and you're telling everyone to go in. Sure.
If you'd
I mean,
like, yes.
a few people will obviously be hesitant, but Jacob seems to, he'll look at you and he'll say, I trust Mr. Forrest, so sure, I'll go. And Jacob will go in first. And the rest of the group will eventually follow. Thomas will turn towards Ave right now, and he'll say, he's looking at you with this look of admiration. And he'll say, hey, man, just want to let you know I've never heard you use your voice like that.
Well, I've had some talks with people that, well, gave me some valuable advice that I should follow.
It
A lot
sounded,
happened.
it makes you sound different. I don't know. I've heard you use a lot of voices, but that one was really unique.
Thanks. Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
He'll give you a pat on the back and he'll go into the portal.
Hmm.
Oh, look at that. He likes you.
One of the as people are going in, as the 30 people start disappearing to the portal, you actually now finally see Seymour was in the back somewhere. And he actually is holding in his arms this softly weeping baby. This softly weeping baby, who is the same baby that Jacob showed a photo of.
Oh, hello, sir.
I heard rumors that you returned. You all had me worried sick.
I know. I thought maybe you had gotten caught in the same situation we were in, but it didn't seem that way. I'm glad. What happened to you? Are you all right?
Try to find you.
I tried to find you. We have a lot to discuss, but perhaps we have to go through your mind palace first, just in case.
Yeah, I recommend moving a lot of the things from in here and there, because, it is a big space. There's a lot of things, but you can't. It was meant for a small amount of people, and these supplies will be wonderful. There's living quarters, there's stuff like that. But you're going to be a little cramped, but it's going to be a lot better than this place. And better yet, people I don't want in there can't get in there without dimensional travel. So you guys will be safe.
He'll nod and he'll go through the portal. All right.
Okay.
So you all find yourselves in the ranch again. Okay. The people there are sort of in awe of this place, and they're going to start exploring. There'll be a little girl that'll scream "Ah!" as one of the horses is killing a chicken.
Big Blue, no.
One of the people, you don't know who he is, will will look at the scene and say, "Hey, dinner!" Pointing at the chicken.
Yeah, just make sure he doesn't eat it first. Okay, cool. I'm gonna show people around, be like, oh, here's the stables. You guys are free to use everything in here. Just don't touch personal belongings or anything. Be respectful of each other. There aren't many rooms for people to actually sleep in. This is a house that was meant for just us four. So in theory, it can't house more than 6 people comfortably. But they'll be better, I think, off than where they were, especially if they take the stuff they had.
Okay.
But it is a fully furnished living quarters.
Perfect.
So they're not. It's not terrible.
Brady will say, "Well, Forrest, I got to hand it to you. This is very impressive. On behalf of the Resistance, I think we all say thank you."
It's something I can do, but I'm happy to help you guys. Really, I live to serve.
Seymour will continue his conversation with you, and he'll say, as soon as I got out of Michael Stoll's memories, it was bizarre. There was no sign of you anywhere. I couldn't find you. And we searched, and I wasn't really sure what to tell your family, and he said, looking at Gabe, it was a big mess. And then a few weeks later, all of this started happening, and there was this sudden pulse coming from the center of the Vita complex, a mental push that seemed to compel everyone to play this game. I was able to resist and basically protect all around me from this pulse, but there's no way for me to be able to shield everyone in the city. Thomas will say, Seymour here, he's kind of been the reason why we're all here, because he's able to protect our minds from inside of the community center, at least.
Well, I mean, you are the community man, right? Thank you, Seymour. You've gone above and beyond. You were just in jail. Well, I guess 6 months ago you were just in jail for a crime you didn't commit, and now you're giving back to the community.
Perhaps one step closer to being sensational.
Oh, you're
That's
sensational already.
Oh, you flatter me.
I mean, I'm guessing you're the ones that kept my family safe from being pulled in.
That's true. Until your father came around and took over.
What happened to him? He reprogrammed my golems to trick me into plugging into the game. Wasn't Raph on some supply run?
He is on some supply run. He came back. Honestly, I never asked him many questions. All that he mentioned was that he just wanted to stay with us.
Vivian, you do that thing where you stare into our eyes. Is that like something you can do, or is that just something you notice about people?
It's something I notice about people.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
anybody can kind of
put them in
Sorry.
the dark. To put them in the dark and look into their eyes and see if you can see the green glow.
Have you done that with everybody in this group here?
We do checks every single time. You enter in here. I did a check to you already. But every time they come back, even from a supply run, we do a check.
Okay. And Raphael and Angie or the last time you saw them, they were good?
Last time, yes.
Okay.
Why didn't my dad put them in, trick them into the game?
But it seems like there's something going on. Maybe they think he's all right, and they're reporting to him because they think that maybe your father can do something. You know, because he's the higher up of the company, and he can. But maybe they're just reporting to him. And he's a double crosser.
We gotta talk to Raph when he gets back.
Yeah, I hope to whatever is holy. I don't know.
And the trees, overgrowth. When did that happen?
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
So during all the confusion, while the plugged were taking over and trying to find the unplugged, I guess we had our guards down, and that's when Mother Nature itself literally tried to uproot the whole city and attacked. It came out of nowhere. They breached through the eastern wall, and they attempted to try to attack the Vita building. And that's when our defenses kicked in and fought them back. They've attacked us probably 3 times now, each wave becoming more and more powerful than before. I think that there's another group separate from ours that is seeking out the druids specifically to try to destroy them.
That sounds like your brother,
Yeah.
or at least his circle of druid friends. That he promised would come back and wreak havoc on the city. You probably should have warned somebody about that.
This might be in our advantage, though.
I know, yeah. Enemy of my enemy, right?
Yeah, but they're keeping each other busy right now, I think. This might buy us some time.
I mean, if we can convince the druids to help us, but I'm also afraid about what drastic stuff they might want to do. But
When
again,
was the first attack by the druids? And how often do they attack?
First attack happened, I would say, 2 months ago, and I would say that the one after that happened about a month later, and then the most recent one happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay. That sounds like there's not a clear pattern. We might want to sync up with Rook, and maybe while they're doing their attack, we do a back-end attack and try and destroy the servers or something.
maybe I can get into the servers through our
That's
way,
the best bet.
like through my new way. But the problem is I can't take control of any of the drones, mainly because the drones themselves are not hard. It's whoever's controlling them is. But I can move through as long as something is connected to something else. I can enter it. So
Do you think you can actually go to the world if you connect to the servers?
it's only, I mean, depending if the servers. That only depends on if our server is connected to that world as well. If you know what I mean.
I don't, but I'll
Plan A
pretend I
is you manage to jump in there and take care of it, but we need to have a plan B and C in case you can't. And also, I want to be sure that the target is the servers and not the Mind Flayer itself. What's our target?
do.
I mean, what we remember that memory was they were combining the code with that energy that was doing this. So it's about one half, but I gotta do some more research on this.
Um,
Gabe, if you can travel to the world of the code, then and there's a connection between that code and the other world that we saw, then maybe you can travel through that connection as well.
well,
Yeah.
clearly this world existed before the game was created, though, right?
Yeah, but if it
So
mixed with
even
the
if we
code,
just destroy the servers, it's still going to be out there.
You have to go deeper than that, I think.
Chrono seemed like he was in a kind of coma. I don't know. Maybe if we do destroy it, they just kind of go into null.
And then, I mean, what's the ethics of that? You're killing thousands of people? Yeah,
We can't
they're
do that.
people we created, but at the end of the day,
I'm
don't
all
they
for doing the
still
most
have
ethical thing possible, but leaving the city as it is not it. We need solutions.
I
I-
know.
And if those solutions step into non-ethical, well, you have someone who will go there.
I mean, I think we need more information. Right now, we're going off the there's only one solution of unfully connect it. There's a chance that as we're going along, we might get some more options.
What is your suggestion for finding more options?
I mean, we can do the same thing that we're doing, just kind of look around.
Well, you
Clearly-
are late for a date, right?
Yeah, but I don't. But she's probably plugged in, right?
She's always been plugged in.
That's true. Huh.
She's always half plugged in, half plugged out.
So does that
That's
mean
her
even
thing.
when, so does that mean even when she's plugged in, she's still actually plugged out?
I don't know. I don't know how it works for her. That's how you explained it to me.
Yeah. Huh.
So maybe she's like the one who's plugged in, but also not. Because everybody else seems to be completely plugged in.
That's true. But how
Except
do I
for
get
her.
how do I talk to her though? Phone's dead.
I'm if you can get me close enough to her, I can connect you each other.
Yeah.
Or you can log into the game willingly and
Dave,
go there.
maybe your birds can help us here. At the very least, to find
That
Rook, but
too.
potentially send messages elsewhere.
I was planning
Uh,
on sending a few of them just to find everyone that we're missing, like just to know where they are.
I'll go make more pastries.
But okay. But if I get plugged in, I might not be able to come out.
Then don't get plugged in yet. That
That's
should
the
be our
risk.
last. That should be our last option if that's the case.
What if I jump jump into my VR set?
Oh wait. Um, I pointing at Gabe and Ave. You've been able to like make characters control each other, right?
Yeah.
Are we still ourselves when we make our characters control each other? So maybe you can log into the game without being logged into the game. Because I mean, you made Chrono be a part of me, and Chrono was here. He was here, but I also didn't have that ring of my eyes, right?
Right.
So I
Okay,
wasn't plugged in.
yeah,
Neither were you.
but here's a weird thing. I can't do that, so I can't like make Cade Odin and then log in to see what I can do.
I don't know if I can do that either. I've never tried.
Gabe, question. When you were inside that technological world, did you take everything that you had with you?
Yeah, everything I brought in, I can take out. It's
This might become very weird, but if you go inside of that other world, but you also are wearing one of the earpieces from Cade, don't you have a tunnel straight to Cade?
well,
Well, I
it's a
mean,
different dimension. That's
it's a
the
different
issue.
dimension.
We could
Only
test it.
the only reason why I was able to do it with Bobot is because Bobot is connected to Cade, therefore there's a line.
Yeah, my communication works the same way. Like once you hop dimensions, like that's it. You can't talk to people.
It's also worth mentioning that my transmitters only have a mile radius unless we have cell connection, which we do not.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like I said, I can jump into the Vita code itself, but I don't know how dangerous that would be.
And that's why we shouldn't do it. We don't know the risk. A good decisions, low risk, high reward. Bad decisions, low reward, high risk.
Well, who takes over Gabe again?
That's the knave.
The knave. Yeah. So maybe we just have the knave take you over, and then because you can do that, right? You can make him take him over.
Yeah.
And you can get the knave there to talk with her. Maybe.
Why would she talk to the knave?
I don't know. It's like a thing. It's like because it's you really, but she'll see it's you, but it's actually the knave, and maybe that'll spark her interest in like how is he controlling someone else's character.
She
Why don't we
already
start with the birds? The birds are low
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah,
Start with the
we
birds
can
and go
start
from
with the
there.
birds. I mean, there aren't any birds here that'll help you. Most of them are gonna die, but
Mhm.
we'll have to step outside. Also, we can spend a lot of time in here talking. I think I've mentioned that before. But like an hour in here is like nothing out there. It's like a minute.
This is gonna be hard for the people that are living in here.
Yeah, I mean, time doesn't like work the same. So like you don't technically age while you're here, but you also don't like sleep. You can't sleep.
Okay.
Might go
So-
stir crazy pretty quick, so we do need to solve this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um. Let's just get out.
Look,
V, I need to talk to you, V.
let's summarize first. What do we have? What points of information do we have that we can try to gather?
Have leverage. We have all the stuff that she was doing, right?
So we
She
have
was
Phoebe, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Phoebe and like all the terrible things she was doing. We can leverage that against her.
Right. We can also try with Rook.
Yes, Rook, your brother. He did swear to never talk to you again or something, right? Like I remember that.
Well, times have changed.
Okay, cool,
Who
wonderful.
knows?
Um,
Who else?
I mean, we have the resistance.
The source code from the game itself.
Cade, you just curiously pull out the recipe again, just to see if there's any change.
Mhm.
And you actually, in that moment, you do see the letters start to move around.
Oh,
And it
cool.
says, hello, question mark.
Oh
Insight
no,
check. This is already sketchy.
she's caught. She's
ahead.
in
It's either
there.
is she caught or is someone else using this?
I think you don't have enough information.
Yeah, would you know? Just hello.
I got a 3.
You're not sure. You have no idea.
Uh-huh.
I'll kind of show it off. And speaking of unknown risks, I'll kind of show the cards
Ask
to everyone.
ask
That works
if it's
across dimensions. That's crazy.
ask if it's Janice or Candy.
It's just, I think that'll give us away, right? Because the other people in the square were like, body stature thing reference.
Who's writing
No,
is
but
what I'll
we're
switch it to. Who's writing?
yeah.
That's good.
My name is Candy.
Yeah, well, that answers that.
Are you, it says, are you the paper or are you someone else? Is the question. It's like this person has no idea what this thing is.
Yeah.
Pete, do we want to use this?
Candy's good, just like Janice. She helped Chrono, and I want to save her. So I want to know where she's at the very least.
All right. Candy has what? The knave helped Candy before. So maybe if the knave can talk to her, she'll help us.
Well, she also had that really personal experience with Chrono too, right?
Yeah.
That's an option as well. We should try to use this, but with our characters. Then. Either of those two work.
Well, let's try this. All right. This is Chrono. I just want to make sure you're safe and okay.
Oh, Chrono. I know who you are. She says, I don't think I've seen you around these parts lately. And then the message changes. I'm okay, I guess. There's just a lot of changes, you know? Is what it says.
Yeah. Do you need anything?
I don't need anything, ... she says. But there's a pause for a little bit. And then she says, I don't know. There's a lot of things about what's happening that upsets me, if I'm being honest.
Me too, is what I'll write. What do you guys think I should write past that?
What's wrong? Something simple.
Me too.
that's-
What do you feel is most wrong?
We're being told that we're trying to save our world, but it just feels like we're destroying someone else's in the process.
Wonderful.
Do you have any information that may help us save both worlds?
I'm just a companion. I don't know if I have any kind of information that can save this world. I'm not all that special.
I'm sorry.
Where are you?
I'm still working at Our Lady of Perpetual Indulgence, though I've almost earned enough money to go to college.
We're gonna help. Hang tight. And good work.
Thank you. I have to admit, I wasn't sure if I could trust you, but something makes me feel like I can.
Okay. We've got a lot to do, friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust it, Viridian says.
Trust.
How do we know for sure that she is even who she says she is? Viridian says.
Because I know her, and that was her.
Jacob says, so does this mean that not everyone who's plugged is happy with everything?
I
Guess
mean,
so.
it's their player character. It's their player character. So if Janice made her character very caring, so even the situation, she's caring about everyone else.